This week's hot dog, we're not doing an experiment. We are gonna celebrate the best baseball team in the American League West by making Seattle dogs. If you've never been to a Mariners game in Seattle, what happens before the game outside? They got a lot of vendors set up and they're just slinging these hot dogs, right? So they'll take the hot dog and they'll put sauteed, not caramelized, but sauteed onion on there. And then he takes like this big old cocking gun and just puts on just a big old hose worth of cream cheese. It's amazing. It's $7, but American, so it's like 130 Canadian. We're gonna make some. We're gonna do it a little differently though. I'm gonna do some bacon. They don't usually put bacon on there, but I'm mixing it up because I wanna actually saute my onions inside of the bacon. You also can throw jalapenos on there. That's how I like to do it. And we are. I'll show you where that comes into play later. Cut my bacon up into pretty big chunks, about this size. So we're gonna cook them down. I'm gonna cook it on really low heat because this is homemade bacon. It's a little less fatty than the store-bought stuff. No big deal. Fire that over here. I also want a little bit of water in the pan. Just a little splashy pool of water. That's just gonna help us get a little even cooking on the bacon. I opted for sweet onion. It's got a little higher sugar, and once again, we're not caramelizing the onion. We're just sauteing it, but we still want to get like a little crispiness to it, a little burned edge to it. The sugars in sweet onion are gonna help us get that. Feel it? It's a slippery guy today. Come on, don't be shy. Perfect. I live in Alberta, so I'm not composting. I just throw it straight into garbage, because I never learned how. For the onion, I'm gonna do things a little different. Usually if I'm julienning an onion, I would go at the sides kind of like this, really thinly. I'm actually gonna turn it, and I'm gonna cut it a little bit thicker. I wanna have a little bit of a crunch. I don't want it too cooked up. So I want a little bit of crispiness. So I'm just gonna cut it like this. And when you cut it this way too, they kind of get like a wormy texture when they saute, and that's what I'm looking for. I want it to be a worm. I always tell my onions, I would still love you if you were a worm. So cut that, once again, pretty thick, whatever. There we go, onions, done. We are gonna saute these in the bacon grease once that's done. Now we're gonna do the jalapeno I was talking about. We're gonna dice this and mix it into the cream cheese. Pretty small. I'm not wearing gloves, not because I'm trying to be tough or anything, but mainly because I don't have any. And these days, pain is all I get to feel. So when I get to go to the bathroom later, then I'll feel that pain. Because being a Mariners fan lately doesn't provide the sadness and horror. So that's why I gotta cut jalapenos with no gloves and then go to the bathroom. I like to quarter it and then just cut out that little membrane. You can do whatever you want. But I would recommend doing it my way. Cut it into our strips. Jalapeno has been diced. So my bacon's done. Looks pretty good, right? So I'm just gonna fire that into my bowl with my diced jalapeno. But the big thing is, I wanna keep as much of the grease in the pan, as much grease in the pan as possible, because I wanna cook my onions in that. And it's really tricky because I don't have a slotted spoon, which is, I feel like, one of the things that I should have. But here's the issue, I don't. I want to make our little cream cheese mixture. So I got my jalapenos in there, I got my bacon in there. Should I let the bacon cool down? Probably should have let it cool down, but here's the thing. I want these hot dogs now. I don't want to wait. So I'm not gonna use a full block of cream cheese. Let's use the big half. I feel like this is a fork job, not a this guy job. This cream cheese has been sitting out for a while, so it's really soft. What I should have done is put this in a bigger bowl and used a mixer. So this is what we got. I'm gonna throw in the pieces I spilled. I cleaned this table beforehand, don't worry about me. Wee bit of salt and a couple cranks from the old pepper cannon. Our final thing we're gonna do before we get this going is we're gonna prepare our buns, but we're not gonna use buns because I read a thing online about the history of the Seattle dog. I even saw a video, so this has gotta be true. But apparently it was started in a market and there was this guy who would sell bagels. Bagels. I gotta really focus on set because I will say bagel if I'm not careful. So he would have leftovers at the end of the night. So what he would do is he would slice them in half and then cut the little slit, and then he would use that as the base, as the bun, for the Seattle dog. So we're gonna try and keep it legit. The issue is I don't think these are gonna work well. I just got these at a certain bakery franchise near my house. I usually would get bagels from the farmer's market, but our farmer's market isn't open on Tuesdays because of woke, which is crazy to me. Like, farmers don't get days off. Why do their market get a day off? I don't know. So we gotta cut it in half this way first. And then we're gonna cut it in half like so. And it's gonna open up like that. And that's our hot dog bun. So I'm just gonna dump my onions in, right? This is just all the bacon grease. That's the sound I like. In the meantime, let's get our hot dogs going. This is what it looks like mostly assembled. I toasted the bagels just a little bit. I scooped some cream cheese mixture on there. I didn't put a gun. I don't have a cream cheese gun. So if anyone wants to know what to get me for Christmas, cream cheese gun would be amazing. Or a slotted spoon, apparently. And then if you look at the onions, right, they're still a little raw, but they just got some high heat, got some color to them. And then throw in weenies. These are just the grocery store nunchuck weenies again. I air fried them. That's kind of my favorite way of doing it indoors now. Let's try these bad boys. The Seattle dog, cream cheese, jalapeno, sauteed onion, and the wiener. I served it on the bagel, but see how it holds up. Oh no, amazing. This dog needs to be more mainstream. I don't know how more people don't know about this thing. Next time you're making dogs, this is the one to do. Show them off to your friends, be like, so I heard about Seattle dogs. And make these and everyone will be like, wow, these rock. And then try and make them famous. Oh, yeah, these are a must try. They are worth the trip to Seattle alone. We gotta add jalapeno to yours. That's the thing, they won't just do it for you. I'm trying to decide if I prefer it with the bagel. I think I do. It's a lot messier. That's okay. Most hot dogs I eat messy. I don't know, make this one at home, decide for yourself, do it both ways. Whatever, make them as much as you can. Keep eating hot dogs though. Don't ever give up on the dogs.